What's your reasonable articulable suspicion?
ID?
What is your reasonable articulable
I'm asking you for ID.
suspicion?
I'm asking you for ID.
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion? I'm not under any requirement.
What's that?
That's my Fifth Amendment right.
What's that got to do with
I'm
it?
invoking it to remain silent. I'm not going to waive it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to speak to you without my lawyer at this point.
Well, you want to call him?
I don't answer questions.
See, now you don't want to talk to him. I'm going to read this, okay? You want to go?
What's your badge number, sir?
Property?
What's your badge number, sir?
3900.
You've been very professional. Thank you.
I know. See, like I said, the complaint we had was using video in cars in here.
What's your name, sir?
Where?
What's your badge number?
6671.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes.
So you would know about asking for ID.
You don't want to answer
You're a public servant. You have to.
No.
You're under an obligation. You're a public servant.
No, you can talk
Public
to my
servant.
chief.
Bring him down here. I'd love
No,
to.
you can talk to him.
Okay, I'll go there next. How you doing today?
Alright.
You have any ID on you? Getting calls of suspicious people again, so
Would
I
that
know
be
you're over there by the library, so
would that be a misdemeanor or a felony?
what?
Suspicion.
Well, you're
Because according to
trespassing.
34285,
right, but
3.5, I'm not.
now you're on private property though.
No, this is a sidewalk.
But you were over here earlier.
No, I was not.
Okay, that's what they're.
The camera doesn't lie.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you gonna let me see your camera?
So according to this,
Are you gonna let me see your camera?
no,
Okay, so I don't know.
Not-
You're
I mean,
against theirs, right?
not unless you're going to
Well,
arrest me for something.
You have your ID on you?
This code right here, specifically,
nothing to
yes,
do. What does it say?
huh?
What
It's
is it?
35285.3.5,
Right.
failure to ID. It only says I have to ID if I'm being charged with a crime. Do you suspect me of a crime?
Yeah, trespassing.
Show, I need, what's your reasonable articulable
You have
suspicion?
ID.
What is your reasonable articulable
asking you for ID.
suspicion?
I'm asking you for ID.
What is your reasonable articulable
'Cause I asked
suspicion?
you.
I'm not under any requirement.
What's that?
That's my Fifth Amendment right.
What's that got to do with
I'm
it?
invoking it to remain silent. I'm not going to waive it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to speak to you without my lawyer at this point.
Well, you want to call him?
I don't answer questions.
See, now you don't want to talk to him. I'm going to read this, okay? You want to go?
What's your badge number, sir?
Property?
What's your badge number, sir?
3900.
You've been very
Yeah.
professional. Thank you.
I know. See, like I said, the complaint we had was using video in cars in here.
What's your name, sir?
Where?
What's your badge number?
6671.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes.
So you would know about asking for ID.
You don't want to answer mine,
You're a
I'm not
public
gonna answer
servant.
yours.
You have to.
No.
You're under an obligation. You're a
I'm
public
not.
servant.
No, you can talk
Public
to my
servant.
chief.
Bring him down here. I'd love
No,
to.
You can talk to him.
Okay, I'll go there next.
Stop in it right down the road.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the building, but if he wants to come outside, that'd be great.
That's a public building. You can go in. The lobby's fine.
Well, this is a public building. I mean,
But it's also private property.
it uses government resources.
But it's
So,
also
but
private
if they said I'm over here, this is still public access. You realize that?
private property.
You
If they
re-
don't
no,
want
no,
you on their
you
property, they can say
handicaps. Nobody's come out here and said that, and I have to be
they're
I have to be given
because they don't
I
know
have
who
to be
you are.
given the right to leave. Nobody's come out here and asked me to leave.
I can
If you're
ask
going to
you
say
to
for
leave. But that's all right.
trespassing,
You just-
if you're going to say trespassing, I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's asked me to leave.
Well, when I was talking to you earlier,
Yes, sir.
it was a little unusual because we don't have someone walk around video, so just out of the ordinary. Why I was down there earlier, so I haven't been in to talk with them there, but it could be that they're a little bit afraid to come out because you never know these days what'll happen.
What do you mean what'll happen? I have a Nikon, not a Canon.
I understand, but but I'm just saying, how they, people doing things nowadays. You don't know if somebody's got a weapon on them, if they're gonna.
Oh, I'm totally unarmed.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, I have no weapons on me whatsoever.
Because sometimes people do a lot of research, before they. That's why
This is Division of Family Resources, not to mention the WIC building.
Oh,
This is a government entity. If they rent space out of here and they have a public parking area, it's public.
Well, it's public access.
Yeah, public access, which means I have a right to be on it if I need to be on it.
Right.
If I want to walk through here and walk around and do the horseshoe, that's fine. That's my business to be on here to see if the WIC office is maintaining their property. If the taxpayer dollars is getting the trash out of here, making sure it's not, I mean, there's not enough parking. Everybody's parking on the streets. Everybody's parking where they're not supposed to be parking. So if I wanted to walk through here and count all the parking spaces, nobody can tell me no. I have business on the property, if I was even on the property, which I was not.
Not in front of it.
Right.
Not in front of it.
Right.
Thank you.
There's your car.
Thank you, sir. Am I being detained?
We're just waiting to see if they want you no trespass.
So
If
am
they
I being
say
detained?
You are till they tell us.
What
that you
crime
no
do you
trespass.
suspect me of committing?
What did I just tell you?
I'd like your supervisor out here. Call a supervisor because you're illegally detaining me. You cannot show me. You cannot show me what I'm doing wrong. Are you illegally detaining me?
We'll find you.
I'm in a
am I
bright.
holding you?
I'm a bright freaking vest. Of course you're going to find me.
Am I holding you?
I'm asking if I'm being detained.
Am I holding you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining
Or
you?
am I free to go?
Bye.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay, right?
Bye. On the sidewalk. Right.
I've always been on the sidewalk
Okay.
or the public easement.
How long is your battery good for?
Considering I have several battery backups, about 18 hours.
At least you got a nice day.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
I said, excuse me, I don't want to walk between you guys and get shot or tased.
Well, I
I'm gonna go that way.
Shoot at each other with you walking.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm giving you notice because I want to see if there's any emergency lights on.
Plenty path there. Emergency lights, you.
Yeah, I mean he's well. A lot of times the officers, no lights in the front, emergency lights in the rear. He doesn't have any emergency lights. He's parked in a no parking area. I just want to see.
No parking sign?
You tell me.
I see a no parking sign.
Okay. I do see him blocking the driveway though. The entry.
Where?
Right there on the curve. If I was parked there, I'd get a ticket. But I don't see the emergency.
Okay. All right. Well, they don't want you on the property, so as long as you stay off the property.
Well, don't shoot anybody, don't tase anybody, don't stick your dog, and don't beat your wife either.
Getting prepared is a very simple thing to do to ensure that we're ready when we're tested. And that goes for any situation. However, in situations when you encounter law enforcement officers, every citizen in the United States should be prepared to deny unlawful directives from law enforcement officers. That includes unlawful identification requests, which then you should respond with, "What crime have I committed?" That includes unlawful detainments, which again you should respond with, "What crime do you suspect me of committing?" Which also includes, "You're under arrest." And again, we need to know, what reasonable articulable suspicion do you have of me committing a crime? It's real simple. Without a crime, cops' hands are tied. I know in some neighborhoods, they will come up to you, put you in cuffs, and then start investigating. That's why you need to know your rights. And like I said at the beginning, you need to be prepared. And it's not hard to do. Let's take notes from Indiana News. Even if we have to keep the key things we need to say with us at all times to make sure that we're prepared, let's do that. Let's continue.
We got a call in this location about someone doing filming, which is no problem. Yeah. But the question is, since we're here, we gotta run you. Do you have ID on you?
What do you need ID for? I haven't committed a crime.
No, but we are on a call investigating. That's the deal.
Well, somebody called about.
Yeah, so we have to investigate.
I don't ID unless I committed a crime. You got a badge number and name?
8289 single over.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long are you gonna be?
What do you need? Why are you asking for ID if you know 3802?
I'm sorry.
You know 3802, right?
What's 3802?
Unless I've been lawfully arrested, then you need my ID then.
Well, sir, here's the deal. We're just on a call investigating someone like you filming. If you don't want to ID yourself to us, no problem.
Right.
But you guys film on the street, okay? Thank you.
Have a good day. You got a badge number, brother? I can't hear you. 8167. All right. Hey, y'all don't have a front license plate handy, do you?
I don't know if you missed this or not. Listen to the wording the cop put together. When he arrived, he said, "Since we're here, we gotta run you. You got ID on you?" Listen.
But the question is, since we're here, we gotta run you. Do you have ID on you?
This is probably the most common way the average citizen gets their rights violated. I want you to really get used to the steps for the ID refusal. First step is figuring out what crime have you committed. There's obviously no crime, so the second step would be asking the officer, are you detained? If he says no, your reply is, well, if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. And if he says yes, you would like to know if he can reasonably articulate a crime, and immediately after, request a supervisor. So 3 steps: what crime, am I being detained, and I need a supervisor.
Can you get your name and badge number?
For what?
You're stepping on private property here.
Can you just take your hand out of your pocket there? I would appreciate that. Thank you. I got called on you because you said you're stealing doors off these houses.
Do you suspect me of stealing doors?
Listen, man, I'm just coming here because we were called that you stealing doors off this house. They said it's abandoned. They said you're over here stealing doors. Are you stealing doors off this house?
I'm not stealing doors.
Okay. What is your purpose to be on this property?
Changing the locks.
Okay. That is no problem.
Okay?
Do you have ID on you?
I do have ID.
Can I see it, please?
No, you can't.
I cannot see it. Okay, you want to go this route. Do you work for a company?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Who is the company?
I mean, does it matter?
I have to prove that you have right to be here.
You suspect me of breaking the law?
It's an abandoned house, correct?
It's vacant.
Okay. Who owns the house?
Mortgage company?
The mortgage company. Who sent you over here to fix the house? If that's what you're doing.
That's confidential. My clients are my business.
Okay. How do I know that you're not stealing the doors and that you're fixing the doors?
Well, call the lady right there, investigate with her, ask her what she saw, and then come back to me. And
That's who called. Well, somebody over here called, said that you're stealing.
Well, the lady next door.
Okay. That's who called?
I suspect. I don't know.
Why, did she say something to you?
Yeah, she was out here yelling and screaming. I told her, call the police.
What was she yelling and screaming about?
that she didn't want me to change the locks. I told her I told you what I'm doing. I'm changing the locks.
Okay.
Let me open this up here.
Go down. He says he's here changing the locks. He won't provide ID. He won't tell us the name of this company. He wants to know the reason for the stop and all that. He's recording and wants to do all that good stuff. It don't even gotta go that far.
I'm protecting my rights.
I know, my man, but it don't even gotta go that far. That's it. All I'm asking for is ID. Help me explain like a little bit more. Like, what company are we working for? Like, who sent you over here? That's it.
Are you detaining me? Let me just go that route. Are you detaining me? So this way I know what's going on.
No, it's a vacant house. Let me go over here and talk. Is this your car, this black Tahoe, or the van? The van.
No, don't nobody on it. They moved out. Daughter, they got it fixed for them. Okay, nobody touched it. And I guess she's letting it go.
I was stealing that door too, huh? I was stealing that door too, huh?
I don't know, are you?
I'm here working, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know why you're trying to make it so difficult.
it's not difficult. I'm protecting my rights. You want to violate my rights?
What is violating your rights? You're at an abandoned house. I don't know if you're taking the door. I don't know if you're fixing the door.
I told you what I was doing.
Okay. And I was just supposed to take your word for that, right?
I'm not up to no good.
I don't know.
You're taking her word for it.
What am I doing? Taking her word for it?
I mean, you're obviously asking me so many questions.
Yeah. Because
So
I get called here on someone taking doors off. That's why I come here. Okay.
all right. Do you see any doors off?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here talking to you.
You investigate the door. All doors are there.
So we're trying to figure out why you are here.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that you're on.
It doesn't matter. Are you?
It's a vacant house.
Did you?
It's a vacant house, correct?
Are you upholding?
Okay. It's
Listen,
a vacant house.
you're law enforcement, right? You uphold the Constitution, right? First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment.
So you're not going to provide on that?
I'm not going to provide ID. Absolutely not. I didn't break the law. Now, if I broke the law, are you asking for ID? Are you demanding ID under threat of arrest? Something like that?
No, I wanted your
Okay.
ID. I wanted your ID so then we can call the accessor's office, find out who owns this, and see if you're...
You can still call the accessor's office, do the investigation, call the accessor's office. You have the address. Call them.
I need to know who you are so I can make sure that you're allowed to be here.
What would the assessor tell you? Assessor doesn't know what's going on.
They'll tell me the owner of the house.
Okay. And then what?
And then I contact the owner.
Okay.
And then
then do that. Do your investigation. Come back. Right. I'll be here.
So then he'll be like, yeah, I gave permission to blah, blah, blah to be here, but I don't know who you are.
Well, if they gave someone permission to be here, then it doesn't matter.
But how do I know that's you?
It doesn't matter. Oh. All right. I'm gonna continue working. So you guys do your investigation. Okay. Well, people, we'll see how this works out. Don't ever let the police violate your rights.
You may want to head over to Coon Life's channel because there's 4 parts to this interaction, and I could not show you the whole interaction from beginning to end because it's just too long. But as we've seen here in this clip, knowing your rights will act as a safeguard against the law enforcement officer accusing you of a crime. Being knowledgeable about your rights allows you to communicate effectively, enables you to insert yourself and ask relevant questions and make informed decisions while staying within the boundaries of the law. And that's exactly what Coon Life displayed during this clip. He knew he was there to do a job and was not going to assist them in investigating the crime against himself. Once you give law enforcement an inch, they'll try to take a mile. So it's best to stand on your rights and don't fall into their traps. General knowledge of your rights is beneficial and will set a trend towards positive change in law enforcement. Once these cops realize everyone is learning their rights and using them effectively, things will eventually have to change. So let's make sure we all do our part in this journey of switching things over. Let's continue.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
Do you have an ID I can see?
No.
You don't have an ID I can see?
No.
Do you have a driver's license in Colorado?
Is this a consensual stop or a Terry stop?
This is a consensual stop. I'm asking if you had an ID. You said no. So I said, asked if you had a driver's license in Colorado.
You said it. You asked if I had an ID you can see, and I said no.
Oh, okay. So you do have an ID?
I'm not answering that if this is a consensual stop.
This is a consensual stop. I just asked you if you had an ID. What's your name, sir?
Am I violating any laws?
No, I'm just curious of why you're sitting here looking, you're filming the cars and... Is there a reason why you're filming our cars in the parking lot?
I'm not particularly filming your cars.
You're not? Okay, what are you filming then, sir?
No, I'm filming you right now.
Okay. You're filming me, why?
Because I can.
Yeah, it's out of curiosity. Am I on cops?
What's that?
Am I on cops?
I don't know, are you? You'd know better than I.
Well, you're filming me. You're the one filming, aren't you?
You're filming me too, so...
Well, I figured I was left out of a party, so I needed to just combat this a little bit. Just wondering.
Well, now you're in the
public,
party.
Right?
So are you?
I know, so I'm filming you. I felt left out.
Well,
you have 2 cameras, I only have 1.
I didn't come over and start asking you why you're filming me.
Well, because I was already here. You didn't have to travel anywhere. Did I miss something?
No, you came over to me.
Right, and I'm just asking you questions. What's going on? How you doing?
I've already told you I'm fine. I've already answered that I'm not engaged in any illegal activities, and
well, I
think that's the end of it.
I never accused you of. Are you accusing me of violating your rights?
I'm not at all.
Huh?
I'm not at all.
Oh, okay. So I'm not accusing you of violating any laws, and you're not accusing me of violating your rights.
No.
Okay. So as long as we're okay with each other there. Are you a veteran by chance?
I don't care to answer that.
Well, the reason why I'm saying is there's a veterans memorial right there, and I just didn't know if you knew about that.
I don't care to talk about that.
You got a grin on your face like you're not enjoying this at all. Is
Like
there
what?
anything I can help you
Like
with?
what?
You're not enjoying this at all.
Oh, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, okay. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, not at all.
No? Okay. How long have you been in the park for?
I'm not going to answer that.
Do you have a hard time with time? Keeping track of time?
Do you have a hard time keeping track of time?
No, I have a watch.
Okay.
I was just wondering, you said you didn't want to answer that. I just didn't know if you didn't know, or do you have cognitive issues, or are we talking about you just don't want to choose to answer?
I choose not to answer.
That's fine.
That's well, then you're right. You're in a public park, so keep in mind the park does close at sunset.
Certainly.
If you're in the park at sunset, you will be charged.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, sir?
No,
Okay.
none at all.
Sounds like a great day.
Okay, you too.
John Smith is known to be cool, calm, and collected as he conducts his First Amendment audits, and this clip is a prime example. The hypocrisy of this cop holding his camera phone while filming John, asking him, "Why are you filming me?" Keep in mind, a consensual conversation with a police officer refers to an interaction between an individual and a law enforcement officer where both parties willingly engage in dialogue without any obligations to answer questions. During a consensual conversation, you do not have to provide information or cooperate with the officer. However, it's important to understand that a consensual conversation can evolve into a more formal interaction, such as an investigative detention or arrest, if the officer develops reasonable suspicion or probable cause of a criminal activity. That's why it's important to decline to answer most questions, like John Smith displayed here. Let's continue.
What's going on today, bud?
I don't know. He called you. I'm just out here taking pictures, bro.
Okay, why?
Doing a story. What's your name and badge number?
Hal 2376.
All right.
What's your story?
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do the Fifth Amendment right now. Just be remaining silent. I didn't call the police to waste taxpayer dollars.
Okay. This is a dirt lot. Do you have right to be on this dirt lot?
I know the owner hasn't trespassed me.
Okay.
And you can't inquire to trespass me from the owner unless he calls. And it's not his lot. I have it on Google Maps if you want to look. I'm not going to answer any more questions though. I'm going to stand here and film.
Well, here's how this is going to work. Okay, regardless, this is a critical infrastructure, so you are required to identify yourself?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
I
are.
haven't been suspected of committing a crime. I haven't committed a crime. Anything I can see with my eyes from public, I can view with the camera. You can't do that. Don't even try that.
Okay, so you're refusing to identify yourself?
I don't have to identify because you don't have a suspicion of crime. What suspicion of articulate of a crime have I committed?
You are videotaping critical infrastructure.
That doesn't matter what I'm videotaping. Anything I can see, he has to prevent the privacy. He has to make the privacy. It doesn't matter. I wasn't doing anything. I'm filming everything. He wanted to come out and almost hit me with his truck and bark orders. So you do something about that. I'm not IDing for something I don't have to.
All right.
See that? This guy wants to tell me I'm gonna ID. That's not happening.
All right, just make sure you stay on this property, okay?
All right, the only thing I have to ask you a question.
Yep.
Why are you gonna lie to me like that, man, when I know my rights?
Why am I gonna lie to you?
About having to say that I'm doing something illegal. I'm not. I want to have why you ask me, tell me I'm doing something illegal. But it's not illegal, is it, sir? I want to know for the rights. Is it legal or not for me to film this infrastructure? Anything my eyes can see, I can view. Don't try to lie and bark orders again, bro. You're why nobody likes the cops, because you don't know how to do your job.